Hey guys, I'm not posting this for attention, but I'm posting this because, God, heartbreak sucks. And just keeping it real with y'all. It's definitely a process. And I know there's no timeline and you can't rush it, but the funny thing is that I downloaded Hinge to try and distract myself from said heartbreak. And God, like, how did I ever deal with this prior to meeting the person that I am heartbroken over? I'm just, like, this sucks. Dating sucks. Dating apps suck. Okay? Like, who's with me? The fact that some girls will just say, no, you don't have to do the prompt. You freaking just like a picture. Don't start the conversation. No, I'm starting the conversation. And then I'm like, oh, I got a match. The person doesn't even respond to the prompt I started the conversation. Like, I don't... So what, now you want me to double message? Like, no. You can take a hike. Not doing that. And I'm gonna erase the app again. Because it's like, I did start the conversation. Now you want me to start the conversation again? No, how about you respond to what I said? Also, just like, another guy asked me to go out this weekend. I'm like, okay, sure. I'm like, these are the times I'm free. It's 5 days later, still nothing. So I'm just like, you know what? I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. So, no more tragic dating stories. No more nothing. It's all done. Yeah. Sorry. This is a total 360 from my normal content, but I can't do it anymore. It's so exhausting. God, it is exhausting. You know what's even worse is when you find the person and then you can't be with them for the worst freaking reasons. Okay, I should probably go to sleep. Thanks for listening to my rant. I know that's not what TikTok is for, but whatever.
You know why dating sucks today? Because everybody wants the golden goose, especially the ladies. They want the golden goose. Gone are the days of wanting a man who will love you and be there for you and be the man that you would want. Now, a lot of ladies want a man to spend that bread and spend that bread. You know what I mean? I used to be upset and be like, yo, man, why is no women picking me and nothing like that? And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? Maybe it's not my time yet. Maybe, God hasn't blessed the woman to come my way yet. But fellas, I'm going to give you some advice. Work on yourself, work on your purpose, and then she'll come when you least expect it.
It did not go well. Truthfully, it lasted less than 2 minutes. I walked up, he gave me a hug and said, "Are you hungry? Let's go inside." We went inside. He said, "Actually, can you step outside for a minute?" I stepped back outside, and he said, "I'm not trying to offend you, but I'm just not feeling it." So I walked to my car, came back home. Dating when you're fat sucks.
So my first thought is maybe she didn't show everything on her dating profile, so he had no idea what he was getting into. But I saw this clip of what her dating profile looked like. I couldn't find it again for this video, but she showed everything. She had full body photos, she had selfies, all without filters. She made it very clear on what she looked like. What the man did was not okay in this one. If you have a preference like that, perfectly valid, but you need to look at the pictures before you go on the date. Or if you spend excessive amounts of time talking to this person, just flip through their pictures real quick and make sure you're actually attracted to the person. She talked to this man for like 3 weeks, and she said that she even talked to him on the phone, and she made it very clear that she was overweight. And for those of you thinking, oh, it was probably for another reason, he actually said something along the lines to her that it was because of that. So she was able to confirm it. She wasted all that time getting ready and talking to him for weeks for that.
I think I figured out why I hate online dating so much. It's because I don't know these people, and strangers are scary. Who are these people? It's not just that I don't know who they are. What bothers me is that I don't know anybody who knows who they are. You know what I mean? I feel like when I was dating in college, it would be easy. Like, I'd see a girl, I'd like her, I do a little research, I ask around, I see what her reputation is. Everybody's like, whoa, stay away from her, she bites. I'm like, oh, I'm into that. I pursue her. But with online dating, I can't check. I can't refer to the peanut gallery and see what they think about you. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Demetrius, why can't you just think for yourself? Why do you need to get other people involved? Why can't you just, meet somebody and then develop your own opinions about them? Because that takes too much time. Am I wrong? It takes 3 months to find out if somebody's really crazy or not. But if I can ask somebody, that takes 5 seconds. I could save so much time.
This is why I believe dating in today's world fucking sucks. Ultimately, we have all been conditioned to believe that our worth comes from our status, our title, our paycheck, and more. That is all superficial, surface level shit. And so all of us are wearing these masks and don't feel worthy and don't feel enough. Or I remember at times I felt like I was too much, right? Too independent, too whatever. But guess what? If we all take these masks off and have real conversations, here's what I want to know about you. I don't give two shits about your title. I don't care where you work. I don't care what degrees you got. And I don't care what you drive. That is a lie. A man in a truck is sexy. You know what I mean though, right? I want to know, what are your fears? What are your aspirations? What are your values? What are you doing with your life? That's what I care about. Let's bring authenticity back. You with me?
Fellas, there are some good women out here. And ladies, there are some good men out here as well. Your date life sucks only because you keep playing with shit and wonder why your hands stink. You have a type and you wonder why you have 3 baby mamas when you got 3 baby daddies. Your type ain't working. Change it up. Find a new type, because the type that you have ain't clocking in. That's it. And I mean that because I met a woman, we don't got shit in common at all, but it is a good fucking time. And the best part about having nothing in common with somebody, a man or a woman, is the fact that you can share your ideas with them and they're unbiased. They know nothing about it. Show them what you like to watch. Show them what you like to do to have fun. And then listen to them, right? And learn from that. I promise you'll learn some new things that your other partners have not taught you, because they can't teach you anything because you've been through it so many fucking times. But that's it. TED Talk out. I'm going to work.
Here's some crazy research for you. So a third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. The same study said that by the year 2030, that 45% of women between the ages of 20 and 45 will be single. So I've got a question for the men, because I see it all the time in my comments. Most of my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done. Tell me why you don't want to have a partner in life. Tell me why it's more worth it to be single than to have a partner. Even if you weren't to remarry, just to have a partner. I mean, I've talked to a lot of men. I've got my answers, but I want to hear it in the comments. So please, drop it in the comments.
I might get a lot of hate for saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Dating is for kids. Literally, it's something that you do when you're a child. That's what makes dating in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, anything in midlife, that much more difficult, because everyone has learned how to date while they were a child, while not knowing any better. And that explains why you have a bunch of grown-ass people acting like immature children. None of these people know what they want. And it's cute when you're a teenager or you're in your 20s and you're still figuring out your life and you're figuring out what you really want and you're figuring out your next steps. But people are carrying over those habits into dating in your 30s, 40s, 50s, when people should know better. You should know what you want at this point in your life. But the thing is that most people don't. And that's why you're probably going to end up dating an emotionally wounded adult child stuck in their ways, resistant to change, and just trying not to be alone.